All right, let's talk about one of SQL's most powerful and, let's be honest, sometimes confusing features, the subquery. If you've ever found yourself needing to find one answer just so you can ask a different question, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to make this super simple.
So think about it like this. Have you ever been writing a query and just stopped, realizing, wait a minute, I need to figure out something else before I can even finish writing this? That is the exact problem subqueries were born to solve. It's like having a little bit of magic, letting you nest one question right inside another.
And here is the absolute best way to think about it. A subquery is just a query living inside a bigger one. That's it. It's like having a little helper that you send off on a mini mission. It solves one piece of the puzzle and brings the answer back, so your main query can do its job. Okay, so theory's great and all, but let's see how this whole helper idea actually plays out in the real world. We're going to put this thing into action.
So here's our goal. Find every employee who makes more than the average salary at the company. Now, I know when you look at this whole thing, especially with those parentheses nesting one query inside another, it can look kind of complicated. But don't worry, we're going to break it down. The secret is to not try and read it all at once.
Right, so here's the key, the most important takeaway. You always start from the inside and work your way out. So let's just totally ignore the big query for a second and focus only on that inner puzzle, the part our little helper has to figure out first. This right here, this is the subquery. This is our helper's entire to-do list. Its only job, its single purpose in life, is to look at the employees table and calculate one thing, the average of every single number in the salary column. That's all it cares about. Okay, so let's say this is our employee data. Our little helper query goes to work. It zips down that salary column, adds up 50,000, 40,000, 60,000, and 30,000. And then it divides by 4. Simple as that. And boom! This is what it comes back with. After all that work, the subquery's entire job boils down to this one simple number, 45,000. It's done its job, now it hands this answer back to the main query. So our helper is back and it's brought us a nice, clean number. Now it's time for the main query to step back into the spotlight and see what it does with this information. And this right here, this is the big aha moment. On the left, you've got what we started with. But once that inner query runs, SQL basically just sees the super simple version on the right. That whole complicated-looking nested part, it just vanishes, and it's replaced by the number it found. It's not a query inside a query anymore, it's just a simple comparison. Now that the query has been simplified to where salary greater than $45,000, it's easy, right? The main query can just go through the table and pick out everyone who fits the bill. And there they are, Alice and Carol. That is the final answer we were looking for. So we've seen how this works, but you might be wondering, why is this so important? I could have just calculated the average myself and typed 45,000. Well, let's get into why subqueries are a total game changer. First off, yeah, it saves you from running 2 queries and copy-pasting the answer. But way more important is that it makes your query dynamic. Think about it. If we hire 5 new people tomorrow, the average salary is going to change. But this query, it'll still work perfectly because it recalculates that average every single time. It's a self-contained, living piece of logic. You see this pattern everywhere in the real world. Imagine you're a business analyst. You can ask a question like this: find all our premium products. Without ever having to know or care what the actual average price is today, the query just figures it out for you. Or it's not just for business, right? In a school setting, a teacher could instantly find all the students who scored above the class average. The subquery finds the average, and the outer query finds the students. It's the same beautiful, elegant logic. So look, if you take away just one single thing from all this, I want it to be this. This is the main idea that makes everything else just click into place. This is it. It's not just code inside of other code. It's one query asking another one for help. One query does a little job to get a result, which lets the other query finish the main task. They literally collaborate to get you the final answer. So from now on, when you see a query tucked inside a pair of parentheses, I want you to see something different. You're not going to see complexity anymore. You're going to see a helper. You're going to see one piece of SQL doing a small job so another piece can do a bigger one. You're just seeing SQL helping SQL.